Latin American Business Institute, approved continuing education provider, Tax Professional Course 2014, starting your own tax training center. The Training Center. This section analyzes the various critical factors that should be taken into consideration to ensure that the training center offers quality training service to its learners. Such factors revolve around the qualifications and skills and character expected from the instructors, learning resources requirements, training of the instructors, and how the classes will be conducted at the Tax Training Center facility. The tax system is very dynamic and keeps changing from time to time. Current tax filing requirement. Distinguishing between various exemptions such as personal exemptions and dependency exemptions under the current tax system. Establishing the correct taxes in order to correctly identify taxable income under the new tax regimen. Determining the current standard deduction for taxpayers. The other areas that the trainers will be updated on include: the other area is on how to establish the standard taxpayer deductions in the new regimen, how to compute tax prior to any payments or credits under the current tax practice, how to determine how the taxpayer's deductions are itemized under the new current tax regimen. Training course for the instructors on income tax. Content of this course. Part 1. Mode of presentation to the students. Part 2. Qualification and skill requirements of the instructor. Part 3. Conclusion. Mode of presentation to the students. The instructor is required to review classes and give lectures to the students. The tax training syllabus is a program that is expected to last 40 hours minimum. Mode of presentation to the students. Classes. The classes will be available during the day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Sunday. At the end of each topic, the examiner is required to administer tests to students as well as giving them assignments to ensure that they have better understanding of the issues relating to tax. Each topic is examined out of 100%. The final exams at the end of each topic will be 70%. The assignments will account for 20%, while the remaining 10% will account for attendance and class participation. Grading. The grading system is designed in this format to ensure that the learners attend classes and actively participate in other learning activities will improve their understanding of the issues related to taxes. A professional instructor. The instructors are expected to conduct teaching by making presentations through PowerPoint slides. The other way of making presentations is through use of whiteboard from which the students are expected to take notes. The students should also be provided with reading materials such as book and handouts, which they can use to further their knowledge on the topic of income tax. Income tax training. The instructor is expected to have a participatory approach in teaching. He needs to engage the students by asking them questions during the course of giving lectures. The students must also be given the opportunity to ask questions during the ordinary course of learning so that the lecturer can clarify any topic or any concept that they have not understood well. Moreover, the lecturer is expected to have consultation hours on a regular basis, as this will enable students to seek his direction and insight on various topics that they are not well conversant with. This will ensure that the students are actively engaged in class and are at par with the lecturer. Students have the opportunity to clear any question they may have. The most important trait that is expected from the tax instructors is good interpersonal relations. This will enable them to create a relationship with the students, and the students will feel free to approach the lecturer to seek better understanding of the concepts of tax. The first day in class. The first day in class, the instructor is expected to take the students through the course of objectives and the topics that they are expected to learn. The instructor has to make sure the environment for class is according to the students' expectations. The students must also be taken through the grading system that will be used to evaluate their understanding of the tax practice. Each of the topics is examined out of 100%. The final exams at the end of each topic will be 70%. The assignments will account for 20%, while the remaining 10% will account for attendance and class participation. The lecturer must also underscore the need for commitment from students to enable them hold the various concepts of taxation. The instructor needs to lead by example. He must therefore maintain punctuality and regular attendance. Material provided for instructor. Instructor must sign the Labi agreement. Books, PowerPoint presentations, marketing materials, posters, postcards, graduation diplomas. We will send you posters, flyers, postcards, and more. You can advertise your place and integrate more students to your class. Your school will be advertised in Labi's website as well. This is a step-by-step course. The student will understand how the tax preparation process works and the introduction to tax law. The basic course has the IRS approval as CE. This book is designed for an introductory course in individual income tax return preparation process. This book contains many real examples to practice and review problems. This book is appropriate to be used as self-study and for instructors teaching as well. The student will understand how tax preparation works. Chapter 1, Individual Tax Return. Chapter 2, Who must file income tax? Chapter 3, Exemptions, Dependents. Chapter 4, Gross income and exclusions. Chapter 5, Dividends and interest income. Chapter 6, Standard deduction. Chapter 7, Itemized deduction. Chapter 8, Credits and taxes. Chapter 9, Capital gain and losses. Chapter 10, Business income. Chapter 11, Retirement income. Chapter 12, Electronic e-filing. Chapter 13, Ethics. Qualification and skill requirements of the instructor. The instructor performs a very crucial role, which is to train the learners on various issues of tax. He is therefore expected to have impeccable academic background that will give him the capacity to deliver on this role diligently. The instructors are expected to have a designation as CPA, EA, RTRP. Instructor with no designation is expected to have at least 5 years' experience in tax preparation. In order for the instructor to carry out the training role at the training center and achieve the greatest learning outcomes, they must possess certain crucial skills and characteristics. Commitment is a critical skill. It is important that instructors show commitment in discharging their duties. The issues of absenteeism or failure to be deadline are unacceptable in the ordinary course of discharging one's duties. Instructors must learn to show commitment by reporting to their places of work in good time as well and leaving at appropriate time. Integrity is an important code of ethics that must be upheld by instructors discharging their training duties to the learners. Most instructors usually misuse their positions by engaging in activities that violate integrity. This is very unacceptable, and there is no justification whatsoever that can be given on failing the integrity test. Most instructors use unorthodox means to effect promotions in class and to grade the learners. Each of the 6 topics is examined out of 100%. The final exams at the end of each topic will be 70%. The assignments will account for 20%, while the remaining 10% will account for attendance and class participation. The grading system is designed in this format to ensure that the learners attend classes and actively participate in other learning activities that will improve their understanding of the issues related to taxes. The instructors are expected to show charisma in carrying out their training duties, as this will enable them to positively influence the learners. Charismatic leadership is one in which the one in the guidance position possesses extraordinary personal skills and attributes as well as the technical know-how that enables him to carry out his leadership exemplarily. This is an acceptable form of leadership, and the training center should consider itself lucky if it possesses this caliber of instructors, since the center will stand out in the market through excellent performance of its graduates. Moreover, participatory learning is equally a good form of learning. Under this form of learning, instructors in undertaking their duties involves all students in formulating policies as well as drafting changes that are to be effected and how the teaching process should be conducted. Instructors must be men and women of impeccable character who can create a professional relationship with the students. This is the only way through which a student's issues can be addressed. In conducting the training roles duties, they must develop a participatory approach. When learners feel part of the system, they are motivated and issues of absenteeism and high student turnover are dealt with. Learners and instructors must be offered platform to air their grievances to the management, and such grievances acted upon and feedback given to learners using the available communication channels with the training facility. Conclusion. Critical significance of tax in the economy is the reason that justifies the setting up of the tax training center. The book has developed the syllabus and the strategy for the new tax training center. The first part of the book puts to perspective the syllabus that will be used for the study, while the second part enters into the procedures and logistics that must be put in place to ensure the success of the training center. It is critical that the syllabus content that will be used for the training is conclusive and exhaustive to ensure that the graduates from the center are well equipped to manage tax-related issues in the real business world. The instructor performs a very crucial role, which is to train the learners on various issues of taxes. He is therefore expected to have impeccable academic background that will give him the capacity to deliver on this role diligently. Furthermore, it is also important that all the trainers be taken through some prior training program to ensure that they develop the capacity to offer quality and well-rounded training to students. Latin American Business Institute. Approved continuing education provider. Bilingual education. Sign up as a Labi instructor. Increase your annual revenue. More you teach, more you learn. No fees for instructors. Call now. 305-507-4744, 305-799-3578. www.latinamericanbusinessinstitute.com